Hi guys, welcome to another episode of AJAWI TV. I'm AJAWI, and for today I'm actually about to go to a submittal to, well, check it.
Turn right.
You hear the GPS. Yeah, I'm supposed to go do a check-in for a drawing that I'm doing for a client that is overseas. So I'm actually on the road today, right? See outside. But yeah,
In 500 meters, turn left.
trying to get this drawing checked by the council so that the client can, well, I can do the submittal for the client, right? So stay tuned for that. Stay tuned for that, right? About that. I mean, this is a really nice house. It's in Mapen. So what I normally do when I'm doing submittals, right, is I try to have the drawings checked first, because if there are anything that needs to be changed, I would be able to change it at that point, and then it will put us in a better position once it is submitted. So that's what I'm basically doing, right? Yeah guys, so this client is overseas, and normally whenever I have a client that's overseas, I try to do everything for them, in the sense that, like, I try to get the drawings checked, I try to arrange for the pickup, drop off, you name it, everything that has to be done for them, I try and get it done. Even Alright guys, so we finally reached the Mapen Parish Council. They said they're open late, so that kind of sucks for me, because I have to wait. But there are some, like, trees and stuff like that here where I can sit outside. Alright, so if you can see around, right? I can probably sit under one of these trees and wait. Yeah, I just have to wait until they open. It's like 8 o'clock now, and they open at 8:30. So I got no choice but to wait. But they have, like, a nice little garden. But I wanted to address a little way to say, not necessarily an issue, but it's something that I see coming up over and over, right? I see where there is an association for returning residents, right? Or there is an organization for returning residents. And I see where this organization constantly, right? They're constantly, based on information that I've gotten from actual returning residents, they're constantly, or people within the organizations are telling people that they should not return to Jamaica, that they are going to be killed, that contractors are going to rob them, and all of that. And I find it to be very counterproductive, right? Now, I'm not calling any particular organization name. There are a lot of organizations that are there for returning residents. But here's the thing that I don't necessarily like, right? Let me just adjust my camera a little. The sun is kind of really in my face right now. Let me get out of the sun so you guys can see me a little bit clearly. Yeah, that's better for me, right? I hope you guys can see me clearly. But here's the thing. I don't necessarily think that an organization should be telling Jamaicans living overseas that they should, don't return home. Stay where you are. If you return, you're going to die or you're going to get killed and stuff like that. I think it's counterproductive. What are the things that they are doing to actually help returning residents to actually return safely, right? There are a lot of things that you can do. You can offer advice. You can tell them what not to do and what to do once they're here, and kind of be proactive in the process. I actually reached out to this organization before to say to them, hey, let's have a talk. And their thing is, they said to me, hey, nobody now return to Jamaica right now. How can you have an organization that is there to protect or to, it's there for returning residents, right? And yet they are the ones that are discouraging returning residents from returning. Remember, you're born in Jamaica, all your family is in Jamaica, and I'm assuming that you would want to return to Jamaica to enjoy yourself. Over foreign not easy, it's hard over there. I'm sure a lot of Jamaicans overseas right now want to return home because it's cool. It's cool in some of them country. It's not easy. And if they are able to come back and return and settle in properly, right, without the need to worry themselves, I think it's a great thing to do. And I think no organization should or has the right to tell you as a resident of Jamaica that you shouldn't return to your homeland. So that's my take on that. No, as a returning resident, there's a couple of things that I don't want you to do, right? Or a few things that I want you to do as a returning resident. One, the first thing that I would want you to do whenever you're dealing with anybody in Jamaica as it relates to construction is ensure that you have a contract in place for the actual construction, or if it is somebody that you're dealing with to deal with, say your building plans and stuff like that. Ensure you do a little research on them, see if they are reputable. And when it comes on to being reputable, there are, a lot of benchmarks. Are you able to get in touch with them on a regular basis? Have other people dealt with that person? What is the reputation of that person as it relates to other people who have dealt with them, right? For me, I try to ensure that I build a relationship with my clients, simply because I want them to feel comfortable. I want them to know that, hey, whenever I'm doing work for you, no matter what, your work will be done, right? You can call me at any time. So if it is that you're dealing with somebody and you can't get them, chances are you won't get them when you really need to get to them, right? Another thing is, don't try not to pay people in Jamaica that are doing work for you all at once, right? An example of this is I've seen where people turn over a lot of money to people and they get nothing in return, meaning they don't see the work has not been verified. Split up your payments in such a way that it will allow you the opportunity to. Yeah, sorry about that. My battery, my storage space was up. I need to get another phone, right? But my point is this: do not engage somebody and pay them everything all at once. This is not a good idea. You're paying for everything before you actually get something, right? So what I have done for my clients, right, is that as a returning resident, I split up their payments into 4 quarters, right? And at each quarter there are deliverables, right? Those deliverables has to be met before the client release any funds, right? So what will happen is that they will say for the first phase you have, okay, I'm supposed to visit the site, do design work, that first payment is made, we get the job done, we submit the document to the person, and then they're able to say, okay, I have this information, I can either continue to the next phase or I can, decide to not continue. That's their option, right? So the power is in their hands. I am satisfied as it relates to payment, as in card payment, and they're satisfied because they have gotten something tangible for their money, right? You're not just, hold on, my camera is not, anyways, they are not just giving up a lot of money and not seeing work being done. I do that because they're not here, you're not here, right? And yes, there are unscrupulous people, and yes, there are legitimate people, right? So as a returning resident, try to do that. For the second phase, once we move to the second phase, they make payment for that phase and I continue to work, right? Once that phase is finished, then I submit. We have meetings to say, okay, this is what has been done, this is it. You have something in your hand, you can look at it. All right, you're satisfied with the second phase, let's move to the third phase, right? But at each phase, they have something in their hand, right? When it comes on to submit or no, I take myself, drive to the council, do what needs to be done, check the drawing, stuff like that. So I say that to say this: don't put yourself in a position where you're paying out people a lot of money, right? And you're not seeing the work being done. Derive a way to see the work being done. Even for your construction contract, mobilization. You have a mobilization, okay. You mobilize the person, you have somebody to be checking the site. Once the site has been checked and you see that the work has been done, then they can submit you a bill for the next phase, right? Once that phase has been completed, it has been checked, it's approved, then you move to the next phase. So don't pay people a lot of money or pay people money and you don't see any work. That's it. I'm going to go into the parish council now, right? I'm supposed to go in and get this drawing checked for my client, and I'll tell you how that goes once I am back. Right? Once I'm finished and leaving, then I can let you know how that went. Alright? Alright guys, so I was at the parish council a while ago and I saw something happen. Like, I felt so bad about it. It's a fellow returning resident, and I thought I should give an advice as it relates to it as well. So here's what happened. The gentleman is overseas for most of his life, and he knows that he has land here. His grandmother has properties, and he basically actually they're thinking that the property is secured. No problem. I'm going around this roundabout. Alright. So him not think same have any problem, right? They're not thinking of any problems. And come home. First of all, let me tell you the reason why it come up. I was in the parish council and I see this man drop on him knee. The man drop on him knee in the parish council and the man about to give up, I swear. One day the man drop on him knees and he hand on his head. Right? I'm gonna listen to them and say how they overseas so long. I pay taxes on his property and only to come back and somebody else buried somebody on his property and saying that it is their land, right? Their land. Apparently his grandmother had died and left the property for him and yada yada yada. Right? Guys, here's this advice that I would give you as a return, right? When I give you this advice, I'm turning guys. I'm turning. Sorry about that. Yeah, so here's the advice that I would give you as a returning resident. As a returning resident, when you have land in Jamaica, make sure you have somebody checking on your property on a periodical basis. Go there, look, see what's going on, right? Look and see what's happening with your property. So that your property is not captured by people. Paid people them told. Yeah, people don't capture your land, right? Because if you live overseas and you work for years on top of years and people set up on your property, when you come back, people take away your property and all of that. So, my advice, periodically check on your land. Thank you. Pay the people them told. I'm gonna go through them told. Oh. But yeah, check on your property. Check on your property. Don't just leave it for years on top of years. No supervision. No nothing. You don't know whether the land's still there or not. Somebody take it up and go with it. Right? As a returning resident, check on your property and check on the area. Right? Check on the area that your property is located. Maybe the area that you left a couple years ago, nice and upscale, is now a ghetto. People move in and them start doing certain things in that area, violence, So check on the area, check on the property to ensure that what you left there for yourself is actually there for you and not being utilized by somebody else. Because if somebody else is using your property over an extended period of time, they pay taxes on it, there is possession of property by means of adverse possession. That is where somebody is living on the property for an extended period of time. Nobody has bothered them, so they now get possession of the property because people see them on it and they assume that it is their property. You understand? And then them go to the authorities and say, hey, I've been living on this property for an extended period of time, whatever amount of years that is, and I want to get the title for it, right? I want to get the title for it. So try to check on your property periodically. Right? Pay somebody to go there. We do site inspection. We can even go there for you and look at what is there, send you pictures, send you videos. Whoever is not supposed to be on the property, you know, if it is that actions need to be taken, then you can take actions at that point. But if you're overseas and your property is there for an extended period of time, unsupervised, right, unmaintained, you know, nobody in a really business with it, then when you come back, you're not going on a property. Somebody might capture it, right? This man having property, he might pay taxes on it from overseas, and he here say somebody else will pay tax on it. Or I think the situation, well, according to him, the person buried them relative on the property. Right? And bury them relative on the property. So you know that that's an issue now. So check on your property. Alright guys, so I'm not going to blabber around anymore. Right? I hope you like this video. Share it. If you know somebody that's living overseas, please share this channel with them. Share this channel with them. It's there as a resource for returning residents. AJAWI Construction is there as a resource for returning residents. Right now, I'm actually going home, finished with the parish council, checking the drawings for the person. So this was successful. The drawings are okay, and I'm supposed to go and print now and submit it for the research for the person, and then they're good to go, right?